What is going on, lads? It is Andrew RFC here, and we are back with another potential lineup / transfer rumor video. And today's episode is going to be the Gunners of England, Arsenal. So here we are looking at potential moves that can happen and moves that have already happened, and how potentially Arsenal could line up going in next season. Now, Arsenal obviously improved. They got finally out of that fourth place bin and got into the third place spot in England, but now they're looking to do better. They're looking to win the English Prem, overcome Manchester City and Chelsea to become top. I still think personally they need a couple stronger signings, but they have already improved, and I will start obviously with this guy, the goalkeeper Petr Cech. I am shocked that he left Chelsea for Arsenal, but you know what? Good for him. I am glad Petr Cech did what he did. You know, he's going to be a starter, and I think he's going to do fairly well at Arsenal. There's not much that can be said other than it's already confirmed, as you can see on the card. I think he's going to do well with Arsenal, in all honesty. Next, we have Callum Chambers, who, near the end of last year, Callum Chambers came into the lineup, played a couple different roles, and he played fairly well for Arsenal, and I think he's going to be back in that lineup again this season. I don't mind him, but I think he's going to have to battle with Matthew Debuchy for the right back spot if that's where Callum Chambers is going to play. Next up, we have the first transfer rumor. It might even be confirmed by the time the video comes out, I'm not sure, but that is Kostas Manoulos, the Roma center back from Greece. Fairly good player. I haven't really watched him much. From the couple reports I've read, He's a strong defending player. His FIFA card, actually, I've never seen it until right now, until I made the video. His FIFA card looks really nice. 79 pace, 78 defending, and 80 physical. I think he would be a good signing. I think he would be an upgrade and also younger than Per Mertesacker. You also have Gabriel still on the team, who you could put in there. Up next, you have Laurent Koscielny, who had a phenomenal season for Arsenal. He's a very good defender. You know, at first I thought he was a bit overrated. I started watching Arsenal, and then, you know what, the guy's pretty much a tank back there. He's really good, pretty big guy. Not much else that could be said about Koscielny. Next is Kieran Gibbs. Kieran Gibbs, the left back. I think he will get the start next year for Arsenal. Again, this is kind of my personal opinion / rumor. I think Gibbs will be the left back come the season start for Arsenal. I don't mind Kieran Gibbs. I think he's a pretty good player, and I hope he gets kind of a chance at Arsenal. Next up is Mr. Aaron Ramsey. What can't be said about Aaron Ramsey? He has been great for Arsenal the last almost 2 seasons. The guy has just been doing it all, scoring goals, setting up goals. Great midfielder all around. For sure he'll be in the Arsenal lineup next year. Up next, I had to show off this card, is the main man, Alexis Sanchez, who had a good Copa America and also had a phenomenal, awesome season at Arsenal. He was another guy when he went to Arsenal, I was kind of thinking, you know, what are we going to see from him after Barcelona? But damn, he was good. He was great. And I think he'll continue that form going into next season. Next, we have Santi Cazorla, who I think will also still be at the club next season. Very good player, obviously. I don't think he was team of the year or team of the season worthy in FIFA, but is still a decent player as long as, to me, he plays in the middle. He could also play on the left, which could open up Arsenal a little bit more, which isn't a bad thing. Next, we have the main man, Mesut Ozil, of course, who was transferred over from Real Madrid. I think Ozil is still a very classy midfielder. I'm still a fan of Mesut Ozil. And I think he's doing pretty well at Arsenal as long as he stays in that middle position. I'm not a fan of Ozil on the left. They tried it at Real Madrid, and I did not really like it. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But Ozil in the middle, he's great. Trust me, I would keep him there, Arsene Wenger. Up next is the rumored Jackson Martinez to Arsenal. Now, Jackson Martinez, I don't think he's going to go to Arsenal. There's been so much talk that he signed with Atletico, then they were saying he signed with AC Milan. All we know is he's leaving Porto this season, most likely. And I'm saying most likely because the world of soccer is weird. Sometimes weird things happen, and then the players don't end up leaving. But Jackson Martinez is still a possibility. I know Arsenal wanted him, depending on the price, so he's there. Another one, I don't think this one is going to happen at all. Karim Benzema to Arsenal. Now, if this one happens, good signing for Arsenal. I'm not Benzema's biggest fan, but he is a good player. I can't deny that. And he would be good, I think, at Arsenal, where he would kind of be set up by guys like Ozil, wouldn't have as much responsibility for setting up players like Ronaldo or Bale. But Karim Benzema, to me, Good player, and I think he would be a very good signing for Arsenal. Next, we have on the bench Per Mertesacker. So Per Mertesacker, I think, will still be there next year. He'll be used as a substitute. He's kind of there for the leadership role and everything else. I don't really see Mertesacker getting a spot in the lineup, but he'll be good if there's injuries kind of thrown in. I kind of hope Melos goes, the Greek guy I mentioned. Up next is a guy who's been linked to Arsenal since the dawn of time, since forever, and that's Julian Draxler. Now, Julian Draxler, I think, would be a good signing for Arsenal. I would like to see the kid leave Schalke to kind of get an opportunity elsewhere. I think he is a very decent player. I've seen him play a couple times in Champions League, and he looks good. And I think Arsenal, he would get that opportunity, especially if they could stick him in that left mid spot. I think once the kid gets kind of his the wheels rolling, he's going to be a very good player. Up next, now, with the way I have Arsenal lined up here, it was kind of hard for a way to determine where to put Jackie Wilshere, but he'll probably find his way into the lineup if they play 2 CDMs and then 3 going forward, which I think is what they'll do, is with 1 striker. For the purpose of the video, I have the 2 up top with Benzema and Martinez, just kind of to see who can do the striker. So, but Jack Wilshere will be on the team next year for sure, and I think, you know, at the end of last year, he was having a good season. I think he'll be a starter yet again. Thomas Rosicky had signed. He's going to still be there next year. Another guy, leadership, good off the bench. He's going to help Arsenal next season. Matty Debuchy, as I mentioned, him and Callum Chambers will definitely be in a lock for that right back spot. He's going to have some competition, but Debuchy is a quality right back. Don't sleep on him. Mikel Arteta, he's been at Arsenal for so long. He signed a 1-year deal. He's going to still be there at Arsenal next season. Again, same thing, leadership role on the bench, just a veteran mind, kind of get the legs fresh. Olivier Giroud, I think, will still be at Arsenal next season. Even if they do sign another striker to replace him, I think Giroud will still be there in case of injuries, fatigue, etc. Next, we have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, another young kid who's going to have to work his way in the lineup. Of course, Alexis Sanchez is usually on the right. Some games you do see Chamberlain line up on the right, maybe Sanchez on the left. It's always different with Arsenal, but Chamberlain will be on the team next year. Up next, Danny Welbeck, who had a good start to the season and then kind of dipped in form, had his injuries. But Danny Welbeck will still be there, kind of the same role Olivier Giroud is, and maybe he'll give them the option to play 2 strikers up front with Danny Welbeck there. Up next, Theo Walcott. When healthy, great player. I would not mind seeing him play striker more. It seems every time he does, he plays damn well for Arsenal. Up next is Gabriel, the center back, the Brazilian center back. Phenomenal player. He's not too bad. Hopefully he gets his chance at Arsenal and we can see what he's made of. And up next is a player who he made a great impact last year with Arsenal fans, and that is Francis Conquelin. I'm not sure how to say it, but he had a very good season. Another young French center defensive mid. You know, we'll see what he could do. Arsenal, I didn't have room here, but I've also been linked to 2 other players, and I'll just swap out Danny Welbeck for the sake of the video. And those players were Morgan Schneiderlin, if I can find the letters here. There's this lad right here, Morgan Schneiderlin. Also, he's been linked to Manchester United. And also to a player that I personally am a fan of, being Portuguese. It's a little bit, how do you say, biased, but William Carvalho as well. I think William Carvalho is a very good player, still young. And I think if he gets a chance at Arsenal, he would be good. The only thing I would say about William Carvalho is he's a beast at the back. This FIFA card does not lie, I can tell you. Beast defending and physically, but his passing needs a lot of work to be top midfielder. If that passing and shooting were to get better, he could be as good as Yedlin, in my opinion. And the other one, as I mentioned, Morgan Schneiderlin, has already quite proven himself. Very good player for Southampton. You know, he's been linked to Manchester United, he's been linked to Arsenal. Maybe he'll stay at Southampton, who knows. But let me know, guys, in the comments, who do you think Arsenal can also get? Do you think these are realistic transfer possibilities? Obviously, they probably can't sign all of them because of budgets, wages, etc. But let me know in the comments below who you guys want to see me do next. Please smash up that like button if you like the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for coming back. It's been your boy Andrew RFC. Peace, much love. Take care, boys.